Hello, and welcome to The Next Level, a video series for ambitious professionals and business owners. In this series, you'll learn something that you can act on today to advance your professional goals. My name is Ari M. Weinstein. I help career professionals and business owners advance to the next level in their profession. Learn more about me at rew.coach and connect with me on LinkedIn. In last week's episode, we learned the perfect professional introduction. How do you introduce yourself in a professional setting? Well, if you were successful at introducing yourself, your audience might want to hear more about you. The person you introduce yourself to might want to understand what it is that you do and how you do it. A great way to do that is by telling a story. So that's the focus of today's episode. What's the formula for telling a story in a professional setting? Here's the formula for telling a professional story. A story about your work, about things that you do in a way that's interesting to your audience. It's called the STAR method. Start by describing the situation or task that you had to perform. Next, discuss the action you took to address the situation or to complete the task. And finally, explain the result. How did it turn out? And that's the formula. Before we look at an example of a professional story told using the STAR method, let's look at a more typical way in which people answer the question, well, what's an example of something that you do? And here it is. This is a short, rather terse statement. It does give an example, and it does express a positive feeling about the outcome of this project, but it doesn't really hold attention. Let's look at how to tell a story about a project using the STAR method. It will be more specific and more interesting. Take a look. Here's the example. So recently, we noticed an increase in missed deliveries by our drivers. Drivers were running late and customers were missing deliveries. So we started a project with our drivers to test different routes and also test the timing of delivery so that we could go against prevailing traffic. In the end, we were able to find and implement better routes. So our drivers were able to make more deliveries on time, and on average, we cut delivery time by over an hour. So customers were happy too. Giving an example of how you work in a story format is much more effective. The reason this works is because the STAR formula, with its three parts, the situation, the action, and the result, is using a classic story structure. It has a beginning, middle, and end. And this is a very well-known structure that's used a lot. It's used in filmmaking, it's used in fiction. So it can work for telling a professional story too. For today's action step, write a STAR story about a recent professional accomplishment. And don't forget to practice telling this story. What did you think? Is this a good formula for telling a professional story? I'd love your feedback. Why not leave a comment below or log on to rew.coach and click the contact link. It's right on the homepage. How would you like to practice telling a professional story? I can help you practice. Book a free coaching session with me and we'll go through a professional story of yours. In next week's episode, how do you know when it's time to make a change in your job or in your business? There's one sure way to know, and we'll cover that in next week's episode, knowing when to change. So tune into The Next Level every week on Thursday mornings, and thanks for watching.